Everyone feels tired now. Not the kind of tired you get after doing something hard, but a constant, quiet mental exhaustion that doesn't really go away. You can sleep for hours and still wake up feeling like your mind never actually rested. At first, it doesn't make sense. You look at your day and think, I didn't even do that much. But that's exactly the problem. The way we measure effort hasn't caught up with the way we live anymore. Because most of the work your brain does now isn't physical, and it isn't obvious. It starts the moment you wake up. Before your thoughts even settle, before your brain has a chance to slowly come online, your hand reaches for your phone. It's automatic. Notifications, messages, short videos, sounds, headlines. Within seconds, your brain is flooded with information. There is no transition into the day anymore. No silence, no pause, just instant stimulation. And from that moment on, your brain never really gets a break. Throughout the day, you keep feeding it more. You scroll while eating. You check your phone between tasks. You open apps without even realizing why. It feels harmless because it's easy. It doesn't feel like effort. But your brain is still working. Every swipe is something new to process. Every video is a new set of images, sounds, and ideas your brain has to understand and move past. And because everything is fast, short, and constantly changing, your brain never gets closure. It doesn't get to finish processing one thing before the next thing appears. It just keeps jumping again and again without ever slowing down. Over time, this creates a kind of background noise inside your mind. And even when you stop using your phone, your thoughts don't stop. They keep moving, replaying, switching from one idea to another. You sit in silence, but your brain isn't silent anymore, and that's why you feel tired, even when you haven't done anything physically demanding. Because your brain has been active the entire time. It has been working without a clear start or a clear end, constantly reacting to everything you put in front of it. And the more this becomes your normal, the less you notice it. It just starts to feel like this is how life is supposed to feel. Always slightly overwhelmed, always slightly drained, always needing something to keep your attention, even though that something is what's making you tired in the first place. What makes it worse is that you think you're resting. When you feel tired, you don't step away from stimulation, you go deeper into it. You lie down, open your phone, and tell yourself you're taking a break. It feels easy, it feels effortless, so your brain assumes it's rest. But real rest was never meant to look like constant input. Real rest is when your brain gets a chance to do nothing. Not passive consumption, not scrolling, not switching between things. Actual nothing. Silence, stillness, boredom. But boredom is something people don't experience anymore, at least not in the same way. The moment there's even a small gap in your day, you fill it. Waiting for something? You check your phone. Sitting alone? You open an app. Walking somewhere? You put on something to listen to. Your brain never gets that empty space where it can slow down and reset. And because of that, it stays active all the time, even when it doesn't need to be. Over time, this starts to change how your brain works. Your attention span becomes shorter because your brain is used to constant switching. Your patience disappears because everything you consume is instant and fast. Things that require focus start to feel exhausting before you even begin them. It's not because you're incapable, it's because your brain is overloaded. It has been processing too much, for too long, without proper rest. And when you feel that exhaustion, you go back to the same thing that caused it. You scroll again, you distract yourself again. It feels like relief in the moment, but it's actually adding more pressure. And this creates a loop that's hard to escape. You feel tired, so you look for something easy. That easy thing overstimulates your brain even more, and the cycle repeats. This is why so many people feel mentally drained all the time now. It's not laziness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's not that you're doing too much. It's that your brain is doing too much, constantly, without a real break. And when something runs without stopping, eventually it slows down, struggles, and starts to feel heavy. That's the state a lot of people are in now. A mind that never fully rests, in a world that never really pauses. And until that changes, that feeling of being mentally tired, even when you've done nothing, is going to stay.